Good morning, everyone. This is David Blair, the Crosshairs Trader. Welcome to my CHT notes from the Frontlines. Basically, what we're doing is looking at the general market and discussing what the general market's doing in anticipation of trading either general market ETFs or how to look at our individual stocks and how they're going to move in relation to the general market. Let's first of all start with our futures. These are areas we've been talking about for quite some time. If you take a look, I have the daily and the weekly chart up here. We've been discussing this dotted line that goes across the top as a major resistance area. That is a major moving average from the weekly chart that I have superimposed upon my daily chart, and you can see that right here. The red line is the highs we reached back in April of this year. So we've got some price resistance, but we've got a moving average resistance that we're contending with. And this is all the more important right now simply because we've had such a big move without much of a pullback. And so what I'm seeing is, or what I'm welcoming and hoping will happen is during the earnings season the next couple of weeks, we'll have a lot of what I call Lego market. Red and green candles just going sideways, setting up for possibly the next move, get us some strength to get us out of this area. Right now we've extended so much energy, I would feel more comfortable if we had a rest. We're starting to see what's called the bullish or golden cross right here. That's not, as far as I'm concerned, a trigger to trade. It is something to watch and be aware of. It just means that the market has become more bullish. But usually when that happens, we have pullback first to test this kind of thing and make sure that it's authentic to go higher, just like back here when we had the bearish cross in July and all these bears were jumping all over this. We went to a low down here, and then what happened? The market basically started going back up. So it never did confirm that very well. We had a higher low. So I do not follow these big crosses and just jump in on a short here or jump in on a long here. What I do is I like to watch those pull back. And you can, on YouTube, I do have a video on the golden crosses and the death crosses, or bearish crosses and bullish crosses. So I won't belabor that point here. You can watch that at YouTube. But right now we've got some resistance that we're watching. Doesn't mean it's necessarily a reversal resistance. Could be a pause resistance, and then we still have some price resistance that we have to watch. The reason I go through these major indexes again is because 90% of your stocks are going to move in the same direction as your major indexes and your futures. So I want the futures to be giving me a strong sign and indication that we're either in a strong bullish market or bearish, whatever the case may be, and if we're in a sideways market, to be aware of that as well. All right, NASDAQ. NASDAQ actually broke out of some resistance. It's been the strongest, of course, with Google not hurting at all Friday, making it bust out here. But a lot of times when you still had some consolidation and a bust out, there's usually a test. And that is very, very healthy to see that. I'd like to see this test, get our candle counting. Us crosshairs traders know what that is. Get our candle count back down to a low number, and then we can look at this going back up and possibly leading the S&P and the cash market and futures market up. Let's take a look at the Dow. Same thing. Major resistance from April. Again, that doesn't mean we're going to necessarily reverse and go all the way back down. Could be a rest here for the next swing higher. We're not sure yet. That's why we're watching this. In any positions that we're in, we're watching them closely to get out if they hit our stop. Not to add to our positions yet, or not to be trading at all. We're just sitting back and waiting. We trade big charts here at Crosshairs Trading, and do not look for nickels and dimes. We look for multiple dollar moves, and right now the market is telling us it's waiting for that next type of move. So here's the resistance area on the Dow. Let's look at the S&P 500. Same thing. We've had some resistance back here. We busted a little bit through that. However, since we'd already had such a huge run, I'd like to see it come back and consolidate in this area. And again, we've got some moving average resistance here, price up here. So we still got some work to do, but I would like to see it consolidate and bust higher. Take a look at the OEX. OEX is the S&P 100. It looks the same way as the other charts. It's hitting some possible resistance from May. We've been talking about this for quite some time. Let it rest and then possibly go higher. Look back at the videos I did in the last week or two, and we talked about this area at 530 to 532 as being a resistance area for the OEX. And that's what we're finding. Not that I know how to predict the market. It's just that there's a few things that I watch that make me aware of things that I can anticipate that won't surprise me in my analysis, and what's going on right now does not surprise me. So when we take a look at some stocks, one of the things that I have over here is a breakout indicator that I've been working on to go along with my crosshair, just to give me an idea of how to read the general market along with the individual stocks. Let's take a look at a few of these and you'll see what I mean. Disney's we've been talking about trying to break out here in this area, but because what? The general market is pulling back, Disney's pulling back, but what we'd like to see is in this pullback that it consolidate, build up the strength to go higher. Again, we've got to watch for earnings dates and know when they are, and I'm going to go through those, but they'll be ahead here before long. Most companies are reporting over the next couple of weeks or so. But that's what I'm watching with Disney. An up, a pullback, and then a continued move up. I'll let the market tell me whether it's going to do that or not. SU, same thing. You see what's going on. Same thing in the SU, Disney, that's going on in the general market. We had a nice move up, and now what? A pullback. Now let's see if it can hold in this area and then continue up. That'll give us an idea of the strength of the stock and where it's planning on going. CIT, same thing. We've had a nice move. Now it's consolidating. Broken record, folks. All these stocks look basically the same. Same thing here. CVE, we've been talking about needing to break out of this range, and because of the general market, it's having a hard time. Back down. So it needs to stay in this area, build for a week or two, and then give us a possible trade, but not yet. All these are going to look the same. Retail stocks are looking good, but they've already had a big run. Us crosshairs traders have had a lot of trades in the last couple of weeks. Now we're just sitting and waiting for the next run. This could be one. DKS, DIX, let it relax a little bit and then head to its highs. Let's look at one or two more. The ILF, see? Nice move on ILF. Latin, ETF. Broke out here, came back, rested a little bit, went up. Now it's just struggling with the general market. Really needs to come back according to the candle count that we look at. Would really like to see it stabilize right here around this green and red moving average here and then head higher. So those are some of the stocks we're looking at to learn and study how the market works. It moves, trends for a while, consolidates, trends, consolidates. Right now it's consolidating. Folks, trading the stock market is really very simple if you look at just a few things and are aware of a few things that go on. Trading is really very simple. It's us traders who make it difficult. That's what we learn in our trading. I'll be making an announcement about Crosshairs University coming up in the next month, a kickoff seminar meeting, and then 10 weeks of nothing but live, what's the market doing right now and how to analyze it, training for 10 weeks in the crosshairs. If you're interested in that, would like to get some more details, please contact me at david@crosshairs.com. I do not believe in selling an indicator. I believe in teaching how to trade for a lifetime. Come join me. I'd love to have you. Have a wonderful day, both in and outside the charts.